Hello, friends. Happy Thursday. Thanks for coming to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jana Williams, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and just an all-around stamp crazy gal. I'm all about stamping and paper crafting and doing all the fun crafty things. So I have a Throwback Thursday technique for the card that we're doing today, and I'm using this super cute bundle, the Hello Ladybug stamp set and the Ladybug Builder Punch. Actually, it's not bundled together anymore, but you can still get both of these items, the punch and the stamp set. I do have just a couple of things to share with you, Stampin' Up! News-wise. Today started the new online only holiday things. Well, there's more than just holiday things. So there's a couple of holiday stamp sets and dies. There is some really cool 6x6 paper. There's some beautiful ribbon. And then there was a really neat flower set. They're online exclusive, so you just have to go online to see them. Also, they have refreshed the clearance rack. So there's a ton of things in there, stamps and dies from like last year's mini catalog and stuff at really great prices. And also today started bonus days. So for the rest of this month of July, for every $50 you spend before shipping and taxes, you will earn a $5 bonus coupon that will get sent to your email address. So when you place an order, you want to make sure that your correct email is in there for your ordering information. Then that will get sent to your email address, and you'll want to make sure that you print it out or save it somehow, because then you can spend those dollars in the month of August. Okay, so let me just give you the address. Ignore the June host code. I forgot to change it. So I'll put the new July host code in the description box below, but there is that information. I will also put that in the description box below. You can always find it there. Okay, so that is that. And then this is the stamp set. It is a photopolymer stamp set. There's one missing there because I have it loaded up in my stamping platform. And then the cute little Ladybug Builder Punch. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to do a triple time card today. Do you remember those? If you're new, you won't remember them, but it's just a really fun technique. And I will also post the dimensions of what I'm doing today in the description box after this live video is over. So one thing you will need is some double-sided removable tape. I'll show you what I use. It is just this removable double stick tape. And so I have these white pieces, which is what we are going to be stamping on. This bigger one is 4 by 5 1/4. This one is 3 by 4 1/4, and the smallest one is 2 by 3. And like I said, I will post that information in the description box. So what you want to do is get your little piece of tape on the back of this middle-sized one, and now you can get a ruler out and be really precise if you want. I just eyeball it. So you want to line it up as evenly as possible. And then we're going to do the same thing with the smaller piece. And we're just going to line that one up on top of this middle one. And on these two, there's a little bit bigger margins on the top and bottom than there are on the sides. So I'll leave that to your judgment. You do not have to go by these sizes either. You can cut your pieces however you want to. You could even do circles. That looks pretty okay to me. All right, so we've got those stuck together, and if you have any questions as I'm going along, please ask if you are watching live today. And what do I want to start with? I'm going to start with these little flowers right here. Don't know if you can hear my Todd barking. I have no idea what he's barking about. I think I'm going to play with a new color. I am going to use Bubble Bath. This is that gorgeous new pink. I'm excited to stamp with this. I don't really think I've stamped with it yet. All right, so for this, oh, and the other thing about this technique, it's best done with solid stamps. And what I mean by solid is, let me just bring the stamp set back in. See how that's a solid colored image and the leaf is mostly solid, whereas this has some open line design here. You want to work with stamps that are solid or mostly solid images. All right, so here we go. I am just going to do some random stamping. Now, you'll see that it does create some lines where the design doesn't come together. Don't despair. It's all going to come together in the end, so don't freak out about that. And then just turn your stamp a little bit different direction so that everything doesn't look the same. Let me bring in some scrap paper here because I want to scrap off of the edge a little bit. And I'm going to do one more right up here. Okay. Pretty pink. All right, and then the next one I'm going to stamp is going to be that leaf. And I do have that loaded up in my stamping platform here. And the reason why is I want to make sure I get a good solid impression. So I think I'm going to have to stamp it more than one time, and that's just easier done in here. So I'll have to move it around a bit. Let's see. I want the first one Let me just move it over a little bit here. Yeah, that looks good. And I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. This kind of looks like a lily pad to me. I know that's not what it is. I don't know what kind of leaf this is. It's a big leaf. Something that a ladybug likes, I think. Okay, that didn't come out too bad, but there's just a little bit of graininess there, so I kind of just wanted it a little more solid. We'll see how this works. I think that's going to fill it in nicely. Ooh, pretty. Okay, so now then, I just am going to have to move this around. Or maybe what I can do that might be easier is just lay my stamp where I want it. I'm going to put it right there like that. And then pick it up and ink it up. Actually, I think I'm kind of happy with how that came out, so I don't even have to do a second time for that. But what I do want to do is wipe off my stamp. And then move this. Let me see if I can, well, actually, I forget. I'm going to do my stamp and not my paper. So I'm going to bring it down here and stamp it in this space. Yeah, that just works easier. And I'm going to do that one again. Sorry if I am bouncing you around a bit. Okay, next, let me see if I can do this without getting inky fingerprints on it somewhere. We need to have a little green over here. I'm trying not to overlap the flowers. Okay, I didn't. Let's do that again. I think I can line it up because of the last one I did. Let me see how this works. That looks okay. Now, if I wasn't having to do this in my platform, it would be faster, but I just want to get those images solid. And that one's okay, so I won't fuss with that one anymore. And just a couple of more here. So bear with. All right, gonna come in here like that. Let me move this up here. Just barely. I don't even need to ink up the whole stamp there. And I think that needs a little bit more. All right, and then one more and we can move ahead with this. Let me see if I can get it in here. I don't want it going the same direction as the one below it. So, let's see if I can fit this in here. Right there. There we go. Yay! Saw the cutest little boy today. My sister and I went and did our grocery shopping today, and this lady had her two little kids in the shopping cart, and I kept hearing this little boy yelling out something, and then I turned and went down the aisle where they were, and he yelled it out at me, and I wasn't quite sure what he said. He was so cute. I'm guessing he was maybe 2 or 3, probably 3, and he had curly blonde hair. He was so adorable. And he was yelling out, "Happy America!" Not the A in front of it, just America. Happy America! He was so cute. All right, so there we are with that. And now we need to put some middles on the flowers. So I'm debating about what color I should do for that. Maybe I'll do a yellow, and it's going to change some over the top of the pink, and that's fine. I think I will do Daffodil Delight. Let me just... I think that'll be fine. Let's just give it a try. Yeah, that works. Some of our friends gave us this huge pot of dahlias, and they have big buds on them. I can't wait for them to open. I think they're going to be some of those really big ones. And they said they're either orange or pink and white, I think. Whatever color, they're going to be beautiful. Okay, so there, those all have middles now. Ooh, I'm really liking this color combination. Okay, and then there are these fun little dots right here that you can go in and just use as filler. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my tuxedo black for that. I'm just going to put a few here and there. Oopsie, now I'm going to have to stamp. I don't think my layer will cover that up. Darn it. Oh, it's just going to get two right there. And that's okay. All right. So now we can pull these apart. Take that tape off. And I reuse this tape over and over. Sometimes I just stick the little pieces right to the tape dispenser container. All right, so now we've got the red pieces. I'm using real red cardstock here for the base and the other two pieces. So we've got a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch base here. And I can go ahead and put this one down. What you want to do is make sure that you are putting it on there as you have it intended. You don't want to get your pieces turned around or it's going to totally mess up your design. So that is one thing you want to keep in mind as you're putting your card together. I got a little wonky with my glue there. All right. All right, so I am doing okay, and I've got my fold at the top. So we just need to get this centered on here. Okay, and then set that aside. Then you're going to take your middle piece and the layer for behind that and get that put on there. I always enjoy making this card, this type of card, this triple time. It's just fun. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and do the next one. Now you can separate your layers if you want. You can pop them up from each other, but I kind of just like to put them down right on top of each other. I don't like that little bit of separation because then you might have a tendency to see the lines. So for me, I just like to put them flat. There we go. So now this is going to go back on there. And you'll see how this lines up. I think that looks pretty good. And now this will go on there. There we go. So pretty. All right, now for the inside. Since I'm not using any patterned papers, you know I usually put my little strip in there, I thought, what are we going to do? So I'm going to just stamp this little ladybug in there. And if you're using alcohol markers, I think it's always best to just do that coloring before you actually attach it to the card base, just because of the, you know, they always bleed through the paper. So if you're using a lighter card base, you don't want to have it bleeding through your card base. And we're just going to put her right down there. So cute. And then I've got my real red markers here, the dark and the light. And I'm just going to put a little bit of the dark around here. Hopefully give her a little bit of rounded dimension. If I can manage to stay in the lines. Ladybugs are so cute, even the real ones. And I'm just going to color her little eyes and mouth red too. There we go. And then, let me wipe this off real quick. There's also this stamp here that you could go back in and do the coloring with that. I am going to use the hello, my friend. Hello, my friend. And I'm just going to stick these together here, line them up. Bring my black back. Hello, my friend. So this would be kind of a cute Happy Mail card, or just for any occasion. Let somebody know you're thinking about them. Okay, now to make the ladybug, I'm going to bring the punch here. And I'm just going to punch the ladybug. I'm not going to be stamping it. So I've got black for the body. And I've got red for the wings. I am going to do a little bit. I've got to stamp the polka dots on the wings there. And then I'm going to stamp them out in vellum also. Okay. So I'm just going to take my bone folder and give a little bit of curve to the ladybug, to her body here. Just gently. And then before I get too carried away, let me get the dots for the wings. And I'm not even gonna, well, I better take those off or I'm not gonna be able to see to line it up. Better safe than sorry. Okay. So cute. All right, so now I need some dimensionals here. I'm going to put a couple of big ones right there. And I'm going to put a couple of small ones right there. And I'm going to see how where the neck, where the head meets the body, we're going to go down just a little bit below that and put that there like that. And then I'm just going to put a little line of glue here. And I'm going to put that down right to that where the head meets the body and just hold it there for a second or 5 or 10. And we're going to have a couple of more things to finish this ladybug off. but we're going to stick her right here. So cute. Okay, so I've got here my little red rhinestones. And I take your pick tool. So I'm just going to give her a necklace because she's a fancy little ladybug. Okay, that's too cute. Love it. All right, and then one more thing. I'm just going to bring in my Wink of Stella here and sparkle up her polka dots. Ooh, that one got carried away a little bit. And then I will show you the one, my sample card I made. I did it in a different color with a different color of ladybug that you would never see in nature. Anyway, I don't think so. All right, she is glittery and going to a ladybug party, I think. So there she is, and then here is the other one I did in lavender. Actually, that is fresh freesia, that color. It's a really pretty lavender color, and her little necklace I did with the iridescent rhinestones. So cute. But this is why, can you see how mottled looking my leaves are there? I didn't use my stamping platform. This is way better because it needed to be stamped more than once. You can, because they're clear stamps, you can go back and try to be really precise and line them up over the top of each other. But my hands get shaky sometimes, so I didn't want to risk totally messing the card up. And this card's okay. I mean, whoever I give it to is probably not going to look at it unless they're a stamper and say, oh, look, she should have stamped that more than one time. But you can just see the difference there of, you know, how it looks. And this is definitely better. I love the little pink flowers there. I like them both, they're cute, but this is my favorite. Of course, it's red, and that's my favorite color. So anyway, I don't think I have anything else information-wise to tell you, but we do need to do story time. So let's do that now. All right, we are still in A Child's Garden of Verses by Robert Louis Stevenson. And this is from A Railway Carriage. Faster than fairies, faster than witches, bridges and houses, hedges and ditches, and charging along like troops in a battle, all through the meadows, the horses and cattle. All of the sights of the hill and the plain fly as thick as driving rain, and ever again in the wink of an eye, painted stations whistle by. Here is a child who clambers and scrambles, all by himself and gathering brambles. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes, and there is the green for stringing the daisies. Here is a cart run away in the road, lumping along with man and load, and here is a mill, and there is a river, each a glimpse and gone forever. Winter time. Kind of like Christmas in July. Late lies the wintry sun abed, a frosty, fiery sleepyhead. Blinks but an hour or two, and then a blood-red orange sets again. Before the stars have left the sky, at morning in the dark I rise, and shivering in my nakedness, by the cold candle bathe and dress. Close by the jolly fire I sit, to warm my frozen bones a bit, or with a reindeer sled explore the colder countries round the door. When to go out, my nurse doth wrap me in my comforter and cap. The cold wind burns my face and blows its frosty pepper up my nose. Black are my steps on silver sod, thick blows my frosty breath abroad, and tree and house and hill and lake are frosted like a wedding cake. All right, we'll do one more. My ship and I. Oh, it's I that am the captain of a tidy little ship, of a ship that goes a-sailing on the pond. And my ship it keeps a-turning all around and all about, but when I'm a little older I shall find the secret out, how to send my vessel sailing on beyond. For I mean to grow as little as the dolly at the helm, and the dolly I intend to come alive. And with him beside to help me, it's a-sailing I shall go. It's a-sailing on the water when the jolly breezes blow, and the vessel goes a divvy-divvy-dive. Oh, it's then you'll see me sailing through the rushes and the reeds, and you'll hear the water singing at the prow. For beside the dolly sailor, I'm to voyage and explore, to land upon the island where no dolly was before, and to fire the penny cannon in the bow. That was that. All right, so next time we will start with My Kingdom. How many pages is in this little book? A lot. 137, and we are on 86, so we've got a ways to go. All right, thanks for stopping by my channel. I hope you will subscribe if you aren't already, and give me a thumbs up, please. I really appreciate that. That helps for my videos to actually pop up in people's feeds and be seen. Okay, take care. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.